I may be the only double sinophiles in the room. Having lived there 2 years, I am an SINO-phile, and having had my dog Chocolate for most of my childhood, I am also a CYNO-phile. I enjoyed your speech today. Your number 3 speech was to get to the point. So you were to focus on the general purpose, organization, clearly stating a beginning, a body, and a conclusion, and to not use notes. You did a great job with the notes, and another thing that you do very well is use visual aids and PowerPoint. You've given several speeches. I know when you were Toastmaster you used PowerPoints, so you're very skilled at that probably from your job. For PowerPoint Rangers, I understand all about that. So you have it's a great skill. You're very good at that, and you use it very well. I did notice at one point you turned your back to point instead of using your the hand closest to, so that just makes it a little better. You can see the difference when you do that. Just keeps your body open, it helps your voice project. I noticed that your hands, you tend to do this a little bit, hold on to your thumb. You have pretty good hand gestures. Do this, you point to the computer screen, you point to the other screen, you talked about the size of computer. So you do vary your gestures. Watch out for grasping your thumb. That's an interesting one. One of the things that I thought was really interesting was that you talked about the reason for giving your speech, but you didn't tell what you were going to tell us in your speech. And that was one of the main points today, which I think you could have emphasized a little bit more. So I know you were talking about something that was mentioned in a previous speech, and I think you emphasized that a little bit too much. If you had just come up and said, I want to talk about an no-emissions car called the Tesla, that would be fun. And you didn't have to say, you didn't have to revert it back, because one of the things being a sinophile, one of the things if it's denied, it usually is true. So that's one of my experiences there. So the more you say, I really don't mean it. It is an attack on raw speech. The more you say that, the more it becomes in our mind that it is, because you're reinforcing it. Whereas if you had just gotten up and said, I'm not, just said, I want to tell you about this car, a lot of us would not again make the connection. So just something else to say. You come up with your own ideas, and you don't always have to explain them to the rest of us. One of the suggestions I'd like to make in any speech is to say, get up and say, especially with a speech with as much data and information as you had, get up and say, I'm going to tell you this about this car. I'm going to tell you why it is efficient, why I thought it might not be efficient, and ways that you can go get one yourself, or somehow you can make a difference. You could have given us the body and the conclusion, all 3 parts of it, and then again summarized at the end. I liked your closing, which was have your cake and eat it too. That's a memorable, concise wrap up. And I like the fact that you did say that the Tesla was a good car for us to go out and buy if we have $100,000. Thank you for your speech. I look forward to your next one.
Evaluating Art Testani is Betsy Larkin, again one of our newer